It all starts suddenly. An anomaly is recorded worldwide, not a single death for the past 24 hours, not from disease, accidents, or surgeries. At first, it's dismissed as a strange statistical error, but then a second day repeats itself, a third, a seventh. People stop dying. Doctors are shocked, the heart might stop, but within a minute it starts again, the body recovers without scars, cells regenerate, as if a hidden mechanism for eternal life has been activated in everyone. The news explodes. TV channels switch to 24/7 broadcasting. Scientists, religious leaders, politicians, no one can explain the phenomenon. Social media erupts in chaos, memes, panic, elation, conspiracy theories. Some believe humanity has evolved. Others believe this is the beginning of the end. Groups of extreme sports enthusiasts begin testing the boundaries of immortality, jumping from heights, drowning, setting their hands on fire, and surviving. The body recovers, albeit slowly and painfully. The world, for the first time in history, becomes a place where death no longer has power. But people understand, pain hasn't been abolished. The world's largest religions are in shock. The meaning of the afterlife is crumbling. Some churches call immortality a test of faith, others, the end of times. But the authorities are rapidly losing influence. People are searching for new meanings. Scientists are conducting hundreds of experiments, DNA analysis, neuroscanning, tissue microscopy. Cells no longer age, telomeres don't shorten, biological aging has stopped. But no one knows what exactly has changed. Not a virus, not a mutation, not radiation. Simply, all of humanity has changed. Insurance companies went bankrupt in a week, no one buys death insurance anymore. The funeral business is disappearing. The medical system is breaking down, there are no deaths, but millions of injured, regenerating people are overloading hospitals. The world economy is entering a stage of uncontrollable chaos. The first calculations show that in 50 to 70 years, the Earth's population will double, in 150 years, triple. The world is grappling with the fundamental question, if no one dies, where will we put people? Space is scarce. The Earth is not growing. Governments are losing control. Laws created for mortals no longer work, inheritance, prisons, marriage, pensions, everything is becoming obsolete. Politicians are losing their grip, people are demanding reform. The world is entering an era of complete legal emptiness. Prisoners are now immortal. Life sentences become endless. Human rights activists are declaring this to be torture. New methods of punishment are needed, immortality changes morality. The world must decide, is it possible to endlessly punish an infinite being? The demand for water, food, and energy is growing. People are no longer dying, meaning consumption is infinite. Coal, gas, and oil are running out faster. The world is urgently switching to solar and nuclear technologies. Large corporations are becoming monopolies. A new term is emerging, eternal energy. Enormous solar stations are being built in deserts, thermonuclear reactors are being built at an accelerated pace, orbital collectors are being created. Humanity is beginning to think in terms of millennia, not decades. Marriages are falling apart. People realize that the vow, until death do us part, no longer means anything. Relationships can now last 500, 700, 2,000 years. Most couples don't even survive the first century. The institution of family is crumbling. Paradoxically, if no one dies, childbirth is dangerous. The planet will become overcrowded. Governments are introducing strict quotas. The birth of a child becomes an event requiring permits, exams, and lotteries. Children are becoming a rare and precious resource for society. Diseases don't kill, but they torment endlessly. If a person breaks their spine, they live, but suffer. If they lose a limb, it won't grow back. Immunity hasn't strengthened. Cancer isn't fatal, but it can last for centuries. Doctors are rushing to create technologies to treat what used to end in death. Immortality is quickly ceasing to seem like a gift. People understand that living forever doesn't mean being protected. The body regenerates, yes, but everything that happens before recovery is felt in real life. The pain has become as real as before, only now it can last longer, be deeper, and be more excruciating. The wound heals, but it can be re-inflicted. People who have been in accidents say the moment of impact has become even more terrifying. The body breaks, but you know death won't come, only endless agony that must be endured to the end. Massive burns heal, but the memory of pain does not. The cold can split bones, and although they heal, many say they've never felt such a level of suffering. Emotional pain hasn't gone away either. Betrayals, fear, anxiety, all of this now stretches into an endless life. There's no relief in the form of an end, no finishing point that death once offered. Rich people, who have always held power, now gain an unprecedented advantage. Time no longer limits their opportunities. Billionaires no longer need to plan for succession, they can maintain control of their fortunes indefinitely. Stocks, companies, real estate, and entire states in their hands become immobile structures, where power ceases to shift between generations. Billionaire families are effectively becoming eternal dynasties. Corporate leaders, who previously gave way to younger generations, now remain in power for centuries, while the world around them ages morally, but not biologically. New entrepreneurs are deprived of opportunities, the market ceases to renew itself. The eternally rich gradually accumulate more and more influence, and the gap between the haves and have-nots becomes not just vast, but absolute. Wealthy politicians do not leave office, they can now rule forever. Democracy ceases to work because voters tire, change, and age emotionally, but leaders do not. They retain their experience, resources, and power without loss. Citizens begin to notice something strange. The same faces appear on advertising posters, on company websites, in the news, century after century. And if wealth once brought comfort, now it brings eternity. People begin to talk about new gods, living, immortal beings who control all of humanity. Thus, a new term emerges, the eternal elite, and their power becomes too great to be challenged by mortals, who no longer exist. The criminal underworld disappears, you can't kill them anymore, they'll regenerate. But a new type of villain emerges, the torturer, someone who inflicts endless pain. The police develop new laws to control crimes unrelated to death. Sports competitions reach a new level, anything is now possible, falls from skyscrapers, risky stunts, extreme races. The world sees shows that used to kill. Now they're simply spectacular. The fear of death disappears, and with it, half the motivation. Soldiers go into battle without fear. Scientists conduct dangerous experiments. People become fearless, and therefore unpredictable. Since no one dies, people are ready to fly into space on missions lasting 500 to 1,000 years. Projects that were previously impossible are launched, journeys to Alpha Centauri, Tau Ceti, and exoplanets. Humanity becomes a spacefaring race. The first immortal colonists set off for the moon. Gradually, to Mars. Life without death allows one to survive any risks. People build the first cities designed to last, domes, mines, bases, underground settlements. Population density increases. Cities expand, nature disappears. Forests are cut down, oceans are depleted. People are immortal, but the planet is not. A struggle for resources and a place in the sun begins. Conflicts become endless. Armies don't die, they rebuild. World wars are turning into eternal, undefeated confrontations. The only weapons now are economics, technology, and diplomacy. People are beginning to feel the meaninglessness of existence. Life without end is losing its edge. There's no deadline, no danger, no naturalness. Psychologists are identifying a new syndrome, eternal apathy. The meaning that death once provided is disappearing. People are beginning to seek new answers. If death has disappeared, perhaps there's something more. New cults, philosophies, and esoteric schools are emerging. People believe that immortality is only the first step in evolution towards something higher. Humanity is divided into several factions. Progressors want to conquer space. Conservators want to limit population growth. Refuseniks, those who don't want to live forever and seek ways to end existence. Fanatical environmentalists, demanding a reduction in the number of immortals. The world is split into ideologies of the future. After decades of research, scientists make a shocking discovery: immortality is not absolute. There are conditions under which the body ceases to regenerate. People are given the chance to leave, selectively, but this decision will be final. The world is exploding with debate: should we have the right to die? And now, after a century of immortality, people face a new choice. Live forever. Or allow themselves to end. Build worlds. Or leave this one. No religion, no law, no science, only a personal decision. Humanity is entering a new era. An era where death is a choice, and life is infinity.